Yep, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I'll start this off, you guys. Welcome to the Telemon podcast. Today we have my uncle and Gutu Mikong for my previous wedding and my ex-wife, and he is here today. We're going to be talking about divorce because I don't think that's a topic that's really covered in our community, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna share some of our thoughts, and as well, we're gonna be speaking our opinions about men after divorce. Okay, so please welcome my uncle Blong from. Are you in Wassa still?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And back with a special request from almost everybody. NV.
Yes, back
Joining
by
us.
popular demand again. Thanks, Joe. No, I'm just joking around.
Yeah, we love having you on.
No, this is a really, really great topic, and so I'm really excited that you brought me on because it is a topic that we don't discuss enough, and there's a lot of stigma behind it. And I have some experience on it, and so do you.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so
I think
it's
everybody saw my stuff.
right. And so we'll get into that. And so I think this is such a really important topic that we need to talk more about, and people need to hear it because there's just again, as I mentioned, there's just so much trauma around it, and so
Yes.
getting the perspective of Uncle here to
Yep.
talk about how we do it in our culture, the stigma behind it, how we feel about it, where it comes from, our parents, their parents, kind of all the way down. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on just how we do divorce in our Hmong culture, and then let's talk about how we're doing it today, and let's talk about how it's transforming, those type of things. So again, really excited. So
Yep. So how are you, Blong? You good?
Very good. Yeah. Thanks a lot for inviting me here for your podcast here. So thanks
I'm
a
so
lot.
happy you could actually join us. Yeah, So we're gonna jump into it with divorce, huh? We both got more experience too here, right? With
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
about that, like
Yeah.
the process, because it's a through divorce. I don't think a lot of people understand it. And told you mu, you like you want them with your significant other. What do you do first before you jump into divorce, because you just can't jump right into divorce
Okay.
in the Hmong culture, right?
Yeah. Usually, they thanks a lot for that too. But anyway, cú nhà hà rất là tại sometimes tết thầu thì cú lâu là tết thầu thì cú chỉ bao lùm mong hắn này mà tê lùm lùm này chỉ tê lùm thì cú hà lùm America hà lùm mong hà thì shit so below maybe sometimes cho youngster they put you understand hà cú hà chỉ hà sometimes thì tết thầu thì cú chỉ lên trong America trong mong hà là me to shan they know go understand bây giờ luôn so according to what your questions is how to talk how cứ bé ikunat gì thứ vậy couple thứ cứ bố mô tới mình bố conflict between their families là to couple hả vậy not they we have process in which is we gonna go on and on bây giờ mua là họ là sự thảo họ tạo tự nhiên họ serious họ tạo thì cái nhỏ chỉ tạo là lô nó thì mà lấy xin đâu ha they have process xin đâu thì plan mà lấy thằng thì for the first step thì như họ lấy có hà béเขาfirst step cứ thầu cứ họ tạo khu nào xin này bất chỉ xin tạo chỉ là nó vậy ở tôi sáng tạo thì nhớ chỉ tạo kia là nó vậy nó thì usually thì bé mong họ process nó thì thầu một tí mình là họ nó thì usually thì bố mình chỉ mà hạ tạo cho cái tiền đấy nè bố một khai rồi cho cái tiền hạ ok một tí mình lên nó nó thì cho cái tiền hạ bố tăng giờ hạ tạo chỉ trong hello nó thì bố lên mà mong cho tại cho nên chăng sẽ là cái thuộc bộ cho
Relatives? Okay. Yep. Yeah, so Kuti is the men's relatives.
The man's family, like the man's clan.
Okay, and then after that, the Kuti or the
wife,
ninja.
ninja, yeah.
Okay, and then Kuti by hello, or do they just by ninja?
Okay, usually na ya ha pe thang cho great grandparents thầu bố cho này ya they usually thầu ya một chỗ tận trang là they bring requires ya chủ của cho cái ti auto couple đó là to husband đó ya ni cho cái ti mong thế chỉ là cho cái ti sao usually to tôi này hay chủ yếu to lead person là ya to cái có một hai cho nên trang đó tại mấy mua thì dạng lúa chi thì tụ vay phát tạo kia yo lên nó là người tụ cứ lên lại cho lúa đó lúa cho cứ tí tao nó yo nữa hả nè mà bắt đầu cả cho một hai cái chơi là có cú từ friend cú có bụi một tên mày có cú từ friend cho cú mong sư bắt chỉ yo cú từ friend là cú từ cousin cho cú mong thế này ạ bắt chỉ yo but this generation a little different from that làแต่สิโนเตอีโยใจเราเลยคือจะเล่าเท่าอูละพอโย require กับตัว lead person มองฮะโยก็จะเจต้นอีตัวในมองตัวเขาแต่สิแต่หมดตัวอย่างจีเรายัง understand ให้นะยะแต่จะในจังพอ understand แต่ maybe พอถ้าโอเคไม่ตัวเป็นชุดไม่ถังสิละแต่จะไม่อีกขับปวดมองสิเป็นชุดไม่ถังสิปวดหูเลยต่อ
So ก็ให้เขาเอกสารjust a little bit more information. จะจีน่ากูจีพอให้เรามองจงเจกู I'm gonna speak a little bit more English. So when you say ไปจะนิ่งจานะ so one of the questions that จะส่วนในหายกูนะ like they ask this question which is why do you need other people involved or in in our marriage why do they need to be there when it's our problem why do they need to like why do we have pull other people in
okay
explain that
oh yeah sure yeahเขาก็เตะนี่จะหลงแต่เมื่อจะ people should understand เลยก็ฮะ they thought that okay this is my problem this is our problem so we have to solve ourselves even other people here they won't be able to help us นะพวกเขาเขาอย่างแต่สิ when you think really clear that's you just think about yourself เฮ้ยเขาก็ think จว่าแต่ okay เป็นมอง is different from other people เป็นมอง different from other races or other culture นะอย่างเป็นมองเลยเนาะแต่ doesn't matter ยาแต่ก็จริงติ้งแต่ก็ยังมองนะ doesn't matter แต่ก็ย้อน generation ถึงนะอย่าง you still ก็จริง still แต่ก็จริงมั่ว clan ก็เขาอีกเขา clan ก็จริงมั่วอีกจะ saint ก็จริงมั่วก็ relative ก็จริงมั่วก็ cousin ก็จริงมั่วก็จะ change ก็จริงมั่วก็จะคือติ้งนะอย่าง so that's how เป็นทะเลยอง get involved ด้วยฮะ why ยังวิเป็นจะเลยจำเป็นยัง get involved ด้วยฮะ even แต่เป็นมองไอ้พวกที่ help จะไปอาชีพละ when you go there bây giờ cho cái team mà bây giờ cho nên trang to em mới thằng họ nó thì whatever ya ta mấy thằng em mong rồi lấy trang này nó vậy thì tăng cho nên trang cho cái team đó là sẽ là ta ok biết tụi họ biết được cái team nó vậy hồi có cho cái team đó là ta biết tụi họ biết được cái team biết thằng thì hụt lên nó lại nó thì mẹ sẽ chỉ mua tới mình quyết định có khó clan là có chỉ mua tới mình quyết định cho cái team họ ya chiều lại họ nó thì mua ít họ có mua clarify cho họ tại họ just like giờ mấy anh mấy một thằng mấy xứ, okay mấy anh mấy một thằng mấy xứ mấy có solution cho lên ta okay lên nó là nó vậy, this họ nói họ phải agree lên nó là nó vậy, still tại ta mới chỉ trong là họ final decision thì chỉ là mấy là mấy vậy, ta chỉ still giờ ta mấy có decision xứ chỉ mua cho cứ ti là cho nên cha chỉ trong được mấy nó vậy, nó tại ở bên nông này thì bây giờ ta hey biết chuyện nó thì tới mình có mấy thằng thôi từ biết chuyện nó biết chuyện chúng mình bảo thì có nó tốt này vậy, ok thì hắn đạo thì sẽ biết sai chuẩn nít trong này nó thì ít khó cái này mong ít nhỏ ít step gì giờ tại mấy chuyện mà biết tu lên nó này vậy thì mỗi example họ tại giờ thầu ở tụi chơi là xin trâu lại thì ít tụi coi giờ là xếp bệnh tụi coi bu là xếp bệnh mà vậy even the husband or wife doesn't matter who's passed away first no mà giờ thì bây giờ cái tí giờ thì tụi husband passed away first thì bây giờ cái tí là hey he's still your husband we don't know where you divorce thằng thì mấy thằng biết gì nó thì you still take care of his funeral okay even the wife passed away là giờ cho nên trang chỉ sáng bằng thì cho nên trang như hai là tao ha because no one witness so those people they will be the witness cho nên maybe bố cho mỗi advice cho mấy tao cho mấy bố sáng là chẳng sẽ tới gì để mình tin tin hiểu là mấy sai require có mấy biết tụt tao
So cóภาษาไทยแต่ like ย้อนไปมีการเต้นนั้น it's different now you know do we need all of that stuff ทุกคนจะรู้แล้วจะเจอที่นั่นไปเชื่อจะไปเจอที่นั่นเอกภาษาแต่ I mean I guess that's why I'm asking does it matter anymore that we do it that way in your opinion why do you feel like it matters because a lot of people they don't care about doing it in that way I understand what you said that makes a lot of sense to me because you know when I got married you did it traditional way and you did the American way and a lot of times people were just it's different it's transformed so let me get your thoughts on do you think it matters now to do it in this old our Hmong culture in this day and age
for myself nó thì cú là thì cú như hay ít tụ cứ nhớ cho cú như by culture hay à cú thì cú như American culture cú như hay tụ cứ nhớ sáng tận nó ha hoặc cho traditional culture là cú như hay tụ cứ understand cho tao hay à so I kind of understand both cultures and nhớ cho lúc tích chờ nó ha thì cú focus sau nè focus sau nó thì what I think hata what's the best way what the best way yeah hata if you still a person you have to thoughtful te ku san ta pe mong way nó te in yom better jo even pe mong di detail ha pe mong ta pe force go okay keep be patient even sa ta le no la pe ku do ko me ta ka mo shi hu no ma I don't agree with that okay I disagree with those people they forcing one party to get back together I disagree with that te shi ha zu kho ke ta pe mong to mong kho process nó te ku chen ting ha ta mong kho process nó chi ha kho better
Okay. Good. So you think the Hmong process is still relevant, still makes sense?
exactly
Okay.
What about Johnny and Muchona? Most of the time, your Hmong la la da la na. Do they still go through the same process, or is it just like sign the
still go the same still go the same process okay even so ta có em mong lớp trắng có chỉ lớp trắng là doesn't matter cho họ ta thảo cơ mấy một cái dạng tên mình lên nó là nó te a lot of time 99.9% I'm pretty sure 99.9% cho church chính chủ có hạt cho tên mình nó a lot of time thì những gì chủ yếu là có cho cử ti là sẽ có cho nick trang okay example lên nó sẽ là tụ cú sẽ là cú ít tụ một chơi là cú thuần xài hay cú tụ vào tụ một tên mình nó sẽ làแต่กูจะเชื่อยิ่งต้นกูหากูจะปล้าวแต่กูต้องใช้กูถูกว่ายิ่งต้นเป็นหนอแต่เปิดเป๊กก็หูจะแต่ maybe ซีฟูpastor ยตัวเบ็ดตัวแล้วแต่ she maybe they just they listen the decision they still จะอยากก็หาก็จะกึศตี so that's how จะเลิกล้างหาจะเลิกล้างรอเป๊ก process สิ่งนี้จริงมั่งละ
Okay.
Yeah, I can see how, and I like that question because, it's changed so much. People are, they're Christians now, but then you got married the Hmong way. So, which one do you do? You're saying you do both, or you're saying,
you just do one thing, right? Yeah.
And that's where it gets mixed, and that's the kind of, I guess that's the problem. Well, I wouldn't say problem. It's the dilemma that we have, with our culture because we're immersed in America and we kind of
Yeah, when you're talking about a wedding and một church là wedding này ya. Some people they put prefer that okay, một church they put cho tan to church or they put cho cứ digital là cũng mua ha. But that's when the wedding what we call the wedding we call the blow. Okay, mong khó terminology mong khó nè. Thời bữa ta blow nó thì bữa hà rồi thì nhà cứ mấy mong, or tới sĩ mấy mong gì mấy tao mà hà xiển giao xiển luôn mà hà tới sĩ, you still have to deal with it. Tới sĩ deal with cho họ chỉ hay họ blow em một cái mình. Okay, họ thằng bữa ta blow lưu là nó thì thầu mấy một cái mình mấy giờ xin trao, mấy giờ sĩ chạy cho chạy gì mấy xin đầu giờ hà blow nó thì bữa blow lưu. So that's how the Hmong terminology they put bao they put ta yo ko pu la po hu do ko la ya ta okay ku tu mi yo tao plau lai they put ta plau la plau lu plau la sin no te can you understand that okay ya tao po yo ko pu la yo ko yes okay that's how the terminology for Hmong.
God.
So, Blong, when is it bad enough for you to move chokuti, like the relationship? Like, is it shindao? Is it shike, or is it like bọn nhà tu game hang or tu game hang or whatever. Yeah, when is it like should we go to the
okay yeah okay a lot of time na you ha a lot of time no te ha le no you ha ta in both way you ha ta sheกูทางเลยคือ this generation แล้วกูจะทางเลยคือจะ old generation แล้วนะกูทางเลยจะเขาแต่เป็นยังเขา society แต่เชื่อแต่กูทางเลยคือเป็น generation right now so that's depend ฮะตา who ก็มันเขา connection ตรงโลกยาตาแม่มัน conflict thing between แม่เขา family เลยนะยาmaybe ก็อย่าจีเลยสิก็ไม่ยาตุดล้านเราจะคือยังจะคือเป้าตั้งนะยาnó thì maybe it's better hata me mong jo to ha ju me thang hata she ole cha me maybe throw back her idea ta me yo cha shi khu me le cha yeah I'm not talking about they give you the solution là có more direction cho mấy thế thì maybe they might just add a little reflection mấy khó tin người ta ok giờ mấy giờ chỉ cũng mấy chắc so thì mấy một tụ họ hồi mới tới tụ cứ ti cứ nhưเขาก็ค้างha cái tụ cứ tiแล้วก็sáng ta ok tụ họ vậy tụ cứ này hai giống á có tụ wife là nhưหาเลยsáng họ nàyแต่ is มองตาคือที่อะไรนี่ตา this generation we do that แต่สิเขาคือ a lot of time ยังไม่หาเลยเขาปะตาก็หนุกว่าเนี่ยนั่นแต่ยังแต่ถอดตัว wife มั่วยังตัว wife ตุ้งแข็งนั่นสิอ่ะนั่นแต่ is better หาตาแต่จะตัว husband ตัวเจ้ามุ่งตัวอยากจีนเหรอเลยตายเลยอยากจีนยังหากาด้วยนะแต่อยากจีนหาตาโอเคกูตัว wife มันเนี่ยเอาเลยเอาไม่เอาหนาวจีนมากูเชียร์ตัวเปล่าอ่ะแต่เชียร์กูสั่งกูไม่หยกหาตัวกูคนนึงกูหยาดคนนึงเอาเลยอะไรอย่างเจ้าเลยกูปังช่วยลุ้นหนึ่งกันช่องgiờ thì giờ có giờ từ tung kèn là có cột lê cột chợ có chỉ ô nó là giờ chế better có wife tao cho con mong cho cái tí.
So I want to say that differently to the young people because I like that. It makes sense. And I think that makes sense. So sometimes you need a third party to be able to listen and be almost like this person who can, because they're not in the middle of it.
Correct. Yeah.
So a third person, and that person is usually do a high blauna, or is that the right word? Yeah. Everybody has that in a clan, right?
Yeah.
Mỗi tuổi, ning samue do high blauna. And so that person delegates, kind of mediates, right? Sure. Is that right? Yeah. And so that's kind of the idea, and so that helps.
Oh yeah.
But I like that analogy. You bring the person, wife or husband, to their parents and say, hey, there's a problem here. Your son or your daughter is not doing this, or this is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
And in your experience, are you saying that helps?
That help.
Okay.
กูยัง understand แต่เขา no help. Okay. กูเชื่อฮัลโหลถามสักคนกูเชื่อฮัลโหลชาติจอนไซนะจะตู้จอนไซโลแต่เชื่อแต่ไม่จอแต่ยิ่งเพ่เลยฮะอีจอแต่หนักจีฮัลโหลชินองเลยนะ doesn't matter ก็ตู้ซาแล้วก็ยังหาชินองก็ตู้ดอร์ก็ยังหาชินองแต่สิอย่าตู้จงเลยโนละโนแต่ chance แต่ either turn black or white เนี่ยรู้ในจงการเนี่ยขอ the way เนี่ยต่อนะอย่าkhỏi do nó tiền này trong cả là tức là chỉ do nó tiền ní chỉ trong thì do ta ít tu think about yourself do ta có tao ít tu husband này tôi chỉ respect người mom hay dad là nè what the heck any respect có mà có tao ít tu wife này chỉ respect có người mom hay dad là nè do cho nó respect có nè.
But I would take it further. If that's what's happening, why did you marry in the first place, though? You could just bỏ khả năng là, you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Thế rồi sập lâu à.
In the first place, you just bỏ này, because the first place, cái why Hmong hay là thằng tao ta mong già lòng cao, mong già lòng trâu. This terminology nó thì thảo bên Hmong chỉ tao sử dụng này vậy. Then that's how we talk all bây giờ word, the sweet words. We don't talk shit. Cho bố là ở biết thằng luôn mà thằng rong sinh chân trái có chỉ chân trái của chị mà thằng luôn rong nó dọc. Thế thì when get thằng mấy partner cả mấy cậu yêu luôn nên là it's different.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're talking about this. This is what I always preach a lot. Is this you should both sign up.
Oh yeah.
But we never talk about that filtering, vetting process. The reason why is because you're, like you said, you're in that lovey-dovey phase. You know, you're very romantic in that phase. And then what happens along the way is you have to have these skill sets. The skill sets to work with people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And sometimes people don't see that. And I think why I like what you said about going to that person, the leader who can delegate and mediate the problem is because it's a lot cheaper than therapy, guys.
Oh yeah,
couples therapy is expensive. I can promise you, it's very expensive.
From experience, right?
From experience, so I know, that it's better. It's nice to have that. That's what I'm trying to say. With our culture, the Hmong culture, to have that, that's a resource. I think we don't use that resource because now it's just there's too much problems. So
thằng có thằng chú họ tại bây một chỗ tu counselor thế hả này à? Thì cụ chia counselor, tức là cụ major social work ha, thì cụ understand so that how to counseling thế này à? So cụ understand ha ta do bây giờ mới sai cho nó một nè, nó thì do vì là chẳng có hai một chỗ tỏ ít tu counselor, why có hai một tỏ. Why có họ mỗi to stranger có một accept to stranger họ advice. Why don't you accept có ít to có sản phẩm món sáng có lúc này khu có lúc này khỏi advice nè why think about yourself first nè okay giờ vì lấy cha giờ vì lấy cha cũng sẽ lấy mong ít to stranger cho lấy tôi mỗi advice cho cụ tao lên nói cụ chơi ta okay I'll do what you sayแต่是要让个稍微要bây giờ tu nó cụ tu bảo稍微đến đây稍微mất khỏi advice cho cụ cho ta no I don't believe it nó là gì why I do that now I know that he's do good for meแต่是 I don't know maybe he just do his job he just nên cho lên làm ha của cô nên tao khó hơn lười làm ha của tao nhà nên chú chỉ sáng ha tới nhà pay cho you cho họ nên trái cho you phone nữa ha nó này giờ nên ha pay nó giờ
Yeah.
so there's a lot of thing think about yourself first cú nó te for myself nè cú chỉ favor khó counselor
Yeah.
unless tại có nhiều ít khó có nhiều ít more có nhiều ít khó more mental issue nhưng mà that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. One thing I'll add to what you said, because I really liked it, which is, I see both sides, and I can just tell you right now that they already have statistics saying how effective marriage counseling is. It's really bad. It's like 70% where it doesn't work.
Yeah.
30% actually kind of make it over. So the stats I read, it's like it doesn't even work anyways. Couples therapy.
Yeah.
But I've kind of talked about this in the past in other episode, which is, like anytime two people are going to a place where they're trying to negotiate a desire because one person wants to leave, it usually doesn't work. And that's the reason why the statistics are so bad on that. That's why it don't work. So I think it's a good idea to maybe hear different sides and hear from somebody
Oh, yeah.
like you said, maybe they can help.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe definitely cheaper.
Yeah.
So so why not
Yeah.
utilize that?
Yeah,
So.
cheaper and more effective too. All của hai của nhà hai maybe it's better cho better advice cho tự nhiên là dùng lại dùng chỉ dùng cho siblings rồi dùng cho cousin cứ như sáng sau gì lúc này dân là dân nữ cho sibling cứ sáng sau này lúc này là như này nó chỉ cho nó thì cho the best advice more best advice cho you thì cũng giờ này giờ tại cái mỗi thứ clan leader nó sẽ giờ là cũng chỉ favor hatta every single time mấy chủ tâm một chỗ tụ clan leader nè a lot of people they have to be chủ tâm một chỗ tụ bắt thành để mong hàng này giờ clan leader that is not my favorite cho họ ta tu leader ta như một trang như mấy tu leader nó mới giờแต่是 maybe 你要一度跟你去包住叫给下路那就more good advice 就咩你要一度你 all leader 叫你样但是还就好你要冇下苦咩路呢你去包住好呢但没么就你谈你去包住好呢样 so go for the best person even 你要ก็หาทุกคนไหนก็จีเลยแต่ maybe กันไหนก็จี包住แต่โอเคแต่ตัวน้อย要一度คือตัวจูละ有还是让ตัว咩操咩路呢是的 that's the best person.
So one thing I want to talk about too is there's different levels. Sometimes it's just over small things, and then sometimes it's over a big thing.
Oh yeah.
She knows all that stuff. And then she gay all that stuff. It gets big. So my question to you is when is, because this is a lot of people want to ask and want to know is when is the time to walk away and when's the time to work it out? Because sometimes I feel like it's blurred.
Oh okay.
Let's take that one for the next chapter.
Okay,
that's a really good question. Yeah, keep that one, and then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back, and then we're gonna save it for the next chapter. Okay, all right.